Hey guys, so I just got back from Parson Field, Maine, and yes, there is my new to me 2006 Chevy 5.3. Like I told you in the little short that I did, it is going into a project. The project, my 1957 Chevy 3100, and I got that years ago. As a matter of fact, this vehicle is the last vehicle my dad went with me to go check out before he passed away, and he looked at it, and I will end up putting a picture either up here or somewhere in this video to show you. But yeah, that was the last vehicle he went with me to go check out before he passed away. It was so long ago. At the time, I did a bunch of work to it. All it had was a cab and a straight six in it, in a front end. There was no bed on it. It ran, but it didn't. And at the time, I wasn't exactly too mechanically inclined. I've learned a lot through the years, so that's why I'm going to try putting this guy in. A good friend who helped me years ago, we put in a bunch of work into this truck. We ended up putting a painless wiring harness in. I got a 5-speed transmission that I'm still up in the air if that's going to go in it with the new motor, or if I'm just going to get a 4L60 for it and make it an automatic. But it's to be determined. We'll see what happens. And like I said, right now I'm going to end up pulling this out of my truck right now, and I'm going to bring you along for the ride. All right, so this is the 5.3. I got it from this kid up in, I keep forgetting it. It's like Parsons Field, Maine. It's basically a junkyard 5.3. Came with the computer. The wiring harness is there, but the fuse box isn't, so we'll see. I'm not going to say I don't trust this stand, but it says it's rated for a half ton. It's just going in the garage, so I'm not too worried. I'd rather it didn't fall, but I don't think it will. I just picked up this load leveler at Harbor Freight, 2-ton. So we know that's good. And that's that. All right, in the garage it goes. Hey guys, just going to be doing some organizing of the wires right now on the 5.3. So I'm going to take my label maker and I'm just going to go through all of the different plugs in on the harness and all of that. So just hang with me, and probably going to do a time lapse on this, and yeah. I have all of the sensor plugs labeled, and they're all unplugged. So now I'm going to take it off the motor and I'm going to put it on to some plywood here that's on the bed of my truck. And basically we're going to start taking all of the loom off so we can get that squared away and start depinning some of the pins that we're not going to need on this harness. All right, guys.
Feet on the ground, but my fuse. What's the use? Roll it back, let it flow. Time's a wave, let it go. Chill up, let your heart fly free. Chill up. Feet on the ground, but my head's in the blue. Sunlight's a whisper, it's breaking right through. I'm a spark, I'm a flame, I'm a fuse. What's the use? Roll it back, let it flow. Time's a wave, let it go. Chill up, let your heart fly free. Chill up, come and dance with me. Breathe it in, let it spin, we're a galaxy. Clouds in my coffee, but I sip it just fine. Laughter's a melody that tangles with time. I'm a dream, I'm a stream.
Well, I finally got this thing all unloomed, and that's what I was left with. That is all the loom that came off of that harness. So basically this is the harness. It's all unloomed and ready to be depinned. I'm gonna clean some of this up and then we'll get to depinning and getting rid of some of these wires that we're not gonna need. Alright guys, so I have the green connector here. I'm gonna start with the green one. This is supposed to come apart. As you can see, this harness is like really dirty. I'm going to get a clip to undo this, some clippers. Alright, so I got some clippers. I'm going to start taking this connector apart. So this is supposed to just unhook or get, just supposed to squeeze it and it's supposed to come out, but I think I'm going to get some pliers. Alright. So now we got to take off these green clips. And all that is this white tab on each side, and these just pop off. I'll do this side first. We push down. There we go. It's one side. Of course, it relatched when I pushed down. There you go. And they are, there's a certain way you have to put them on and take them off. They're keyed, I should say. Alright. So now we got these clips off. I'm just going to put them to the side. Now, these are really easy to depin. You literally just, this is an empty spot, but you just push that tab up and you pull the pin up to you, and then you can push it right through once you pull that tab up, and the wires will come right out. So right now, I'm going to start with pin number 3, fuel pump relay control, secondary dual tanks. That's looks like a tan wire. Tan wire. There you go. You can see I just pushed that up to verify that's the one it was. Lift that tab. Comes right out. There's one. Just going to mark off as we go. 5. And that's it. Hey guys, so I'm back. I've done a lot of work off camera just because some of the wiring and stuff I've kind of scratched my head a few times and went back and forth. So what I'm going to do now is show you what I got, where I am and what I've got for a setup, and I think we're going to start it up. Alright, so the wiring harness is all plugged in on the motor. Everything's plugged in that can be plugged in at this time. Realistically, all I'm trying to do is fire it and hear it run. The rear O2 sensors, I have them, but I haven't plugged them in because I don't have an exhaust yet. But everything I've read tells me I should be able to fire this as long as I did all the wiring right in the harness. Like I said, the loom isn't on the motor harness yet, but as soon as I hear this fire, that's when I'm going to organize the wires and loom it up and try to hide the wires. I'm going to clean this motor severely too, because it's pretty dirty. So here we go. So what we have here is a rat's nest of wires. The battery is underneath. My power wires are over here, the computer, the throttle, because it's drive-by-wire. I have my little fuse box and everything I made up here. I'll tell you a little bit later in the video on where I got the instructions for that. So I have the fuel line coming off the motor. Comes down. There's a filter. And then the pump. Then I have it going into a can of gas. So when I turn this switch on, this is my key power. This should prime the fuel pump. All right. So that means everything's primed. All right. All right. After doing a little troubleshooting, my pump was actually backwards. I didn't have any gas at the bleeder valve, so here goes nothing. We're going to hit the switch once again. You can hear that priming down. And here goes nothing. Ha-ha! There we go. Well, and it runs. What a relief. I had the fuel pump backwards. It was sucking air in my tank. I have my throttle pedal, but man, does that sound good. Finally, got it up and running. All right, guys, and that's a wrap. So hey guys, we're coming to the end of this video, but there are going to be more. This is just one video out of a series I'm doing on this truck. So like I said, you saw me, I purchased the truck, I purchased the motor, then I ended up taking it out of the truck, going through the wiring harness, putting the motor in the garage, all the way through sorting out all the wiring in the harness and getting everything to the point where I can throw that harness back on the motor and start it, as you saw. A lot of the information I got on how to go through the harness was off of the website LT1 Swap. And basically, there's a guy named Brendan. He did this site, I don't know, maybe 8 or 10 years ago. And he's got so much information on this site. Basically, you can get anything from the pinouts for the computer. He kind of walks you right through on what to do and how to do it. And he's also got some YouTube videos on going through the harness, unlooming it, just basically what I did. You unloom the harness, you go through the wires, you take out the ones you don't need. He even builds the fuse block that I built on his site. So it's basically step-by-step instructions on how to do exactly what I did. Another guy's YouTube I want to give props to is You Can Do It Too. And that's actually YOUCANDOIT number 2. That gentleman took a lot of information from LT1 Swap. He kind of made his own diagrams, but the result was the same. And the fuse block, he has a lot of great, he has a breakdown of like the gauge wire that he used. Brendan also tells you what gauge wire, the color, everything, what to use, what to get. But like I said, You Can Do It Too. He's got a great YouTube site. I believe he was redoing a Jeep on his site, the videos I was watching. And then there's one more guy. His YouTube video is Laurenceville Garage. And in order to get this motor to start on the stand, you have to alter the computer. But the thing is all of these software is out there. The only thing I really had to buy is the communication cables that go from the computer, which gives you an OBD port and 12 volts to that OBD port. And then you also need the the adapter going from your OBD port to USB. So basically, once you get that stuff, you can go online and download, it's called PC Hammer, and there's another program I used. It's a patch, something patch. I'll put all links down below in the description, or to my right or your left in the screen while I'm doing this. But there's so much great information out there. It made this a real breeze, but I will tell you, when I fired that motor for the first time, I had some issues, not going to lie. Some of the stuff I didn't get on camera because it was just getting frustrating for a while. At one point, I wired my ignition switch that I was using positive to ground, and that wasn't going to work. I need to put 12 volts on that. So I fixed that, and then the ignition worked. You could hear the fuel pump prime. But what I didn't realize, I tried starting the motor, and it wasn't starting, and I kept wondering why. So there was a bleeder on the fuel rail. So I hit the bleeder, and all there was air. So I looked at my fuel lines in the tank, and it was blowing bubbles. So the fuel pump was backwards. Once I turned the fuel pump around and put that in line correctly, it primed, and then you could hear it actually load down on the pressure. So that's when I knew that I figured it was going to start. But with that being said, like I said, there's a lot of stuff coming up really shortly. I got a lot of stuff going into this truck. As you can see, we're doing the motor swap. Also, I got a Mustang 2 suspension that's going in the front of the truck. I'm going to do a video on that. And also the rear end. I'm putting a 99 Explorer rear end with disc brakes. So I'll have disc brakes all around and power brakes. Also with the rear end suspension, I'm going to do coilover springs in the back with 4-link suspension. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and I might even throw some rims on this truck. So if you like what you saw, please like and subscribe, and just follow along. This is a great project. I really love working on stuff, and this is just one video out of who knows how many that I'm going to do on this truck. All right, guys, have a great one.